Katelyn's foot is literally being stepped on. It's got more problems than my life. These feet are so bizarre, definitely not from any creature I know. The monster didn't find the source of the sound and just jumped out the window. Look, she's gone. Katelyn finally sighed in relief, waited a bit, and after calming down, she dashed like a superhero to close the window. Not sure if that monster is really gone, Katelyn waited a bit longer, then decided to check outside, only to find the front door wide open in the hallway. She dashed over, spotted the target, slammed the door shut, and quickly backed away, only for something worse to happen. Power went haywire, and Katelyn panicked. She rushed to turn off that dreadful music, and while she was trying to call for help, her phone was still halfway through its dial. At this moment, Katelyn kicked open a door, clueless about her actions, a real farce. In this freaky scene, Katelyn spun around and bolted, only to get knocked silly by a flying door panel right at the entrance. What? No time to breathe? Katelyn dragged her heavy body inside in a hurry. Just then, the monster walked in, eyeing Katelyn, who was ready to make a run for it. Then the monster flipped the table in front of her. Looks like its superpower is mind-controlling objects. Sure enough, before Katelyn even had a chance to react, an unknown force suddenly flung her away. Whoa. This is so embarrassing. Who knew this alien-looking monster would get knocked out by a sudden shade of wood? Katelyn quickly hid aside, braving the most dreadful night ever. At first, she wished this was just a nightmare. But when she saw the monster's corpse, she realized it was all real. She got a sheet to cover it up and prepped to call the police. After dialing long, she found the phone dead, then realized the power was out. This was before cell phones were a thing, so Katelyn decided to drive to town to report it. No surprises, the car wouldn't start either. To stop nosy neighbors from barging in, Katelyn used her sofa to barricade the rickety door. Then she hopped on her bike and zoomed toward town. Don't know how far she rode, but she suddenly stumbled upon an overturned truck and rushed over to check it out. But it was empty inside. Then she spotted a house nearby and dashed over, hoping for help. Arriving at the town, she spotted collapsed items at the entrance and realized she wasn't the only one attacked last night. So, she bolted for it, and luckily she finally made it to town. Even better, this place hadn't been attacked. Katelyn sprinted into the police station, only to collide right into a man and a woman. Seeing the woman made her a bit excited, but the reply was just a face full of water. Turns out, that woman was Katelyn's mom. The sheriff is her husband, which explains why Katelyn's mom is so cold towards her. It goes back to Katelyn's childhood. She had a sister, but during a fight once, Katelyn accidentally killed her. After her sister's death, her mom cut ties with her, which explains why Katelyn lives alone in the outskirts. Reluctantly, Katelyn decided to flee the town and hopped onto a bus to somewhere else, not wanting to face her mother ever again. On the flip side, she also wanted to escape the monster, but lo and behold, everything around the bus hinted that monsters had already taken over this area. Before she could react, a strange man appeared behind her. Sensing danger, Katelyn tried to make a getaway. But the man grabbed her, clearly under monster control. Just as Katelyn was about to escape, another monster-controlled person charged out. In the struggle, Katelyn kicked her opponent away. The driver, hearing the noise, stopped immediately. Seeing such despicable characters, Katelyn dashed off the bus, totally unaware she was already being watched. This group raised their hands high over their heads, wearing strange expressions, clearly partaking in some bizarre ritual. As a swirl of dark clouds rolled in, accompanied by thunder and lightning, Katelyn finally realized, although this surely wasn't going to be good. Weirdest thing happened. She saw something entering one man's neck, and Katelyn bolted. But the driver blocked her way, moving forward, and Katelyn immediately turned to run. Looks like that mysterious creature had engulfed the whole town. She had nowhere to go but back home. The creature's eyes circumflex so cute and hook changed to mistakenly killed Lastill. As she pondered disposing of the body, dark clouds filled the sky behind her. Something nasty inside seemed to be staring at her. Katelyn realized she had killed one of their kind. Oh boy, she's in trouble. These eerie creatures won't spare her. Thus, she'd better prepare in advance and plan countermeasures. So, she boiled 4 pots of steaming hot water and grabbed a utility knife for self-defense. Next, she barricaded the windows, determined to battle it out in the darkness. But just as she got ready, strange noises echoed from outside. Meanwhile, the nails holding her makeshift sheets seemed to loosen by themselves, and Katelyn realized, oh snap, the monsters are here. Sure enough, as she hid in the corner, a bright light suddenly filled the room, and Katelyn saw the killed creature floating. Then, as this beam of light slowly floated it out, it seemed only alien technology could do this. It's beyond human comprehension. As the light faded, Katelyn let out a sigh of relief, hoping they'd quickly take their comrades and leave, but the next moment another beam scanned in. Seemingly searching for the killer of their comrade. With no options left, Katelyn had to hide in the basement. Just as she got downstairs, a bright light surged in, and she quickly ducked behind a wall. As the light faded, she saw another monster entering the basement, and she had to dodge around the pillar to avoid its sight, sly as a fox.